Woo! It's that time once again, baby. Here are 50 amazing facts to blow your mind, part 9. The Santoro de Sopucai prison in Brazil allows its inmates to pedal exercise bikes to power lights in a nearby town in exchange for reduced sentences. For every 16 hours that they pedal, 1 day is knocked off of their sentence. In 2012 in China, a man named Zhao Fan had 9,999 red roses sewn into a dress for his girlfriend before asking for her hand in marriage. She said yes. The Code of Hammurabi is a well-preserved Babylonian law that dates all the way back to 1772 BC. It had progressive laws in it such as minimum wage and the right to be a free man, and was written far before the Bible. In the novel Forrest Gump that the movie was based upon, he goes into space with NASA, but upon returning crash lands on an island full of cannibals and only manages to survive by beating the head cannibal every day at chess. Now that should have been made into a movie. There is a secret McDonald's menu item that you can order called the McGangbang. It's a McChicken in the middle of a double cheeseburger. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the tallest man-made structure in the world at 830 meters tall. Aerogel, also known as frozen smoke, is one of the world's lowest density solids, being made up of anywhere from 95 to 99% air. It's almost impossible to see or feel, but can support 4,000 times its own weight. Because of its crystal clear water, Flathead Lake in Montana appears shallow, but it's actually 113 meters deep. In 2012, a 19-year-old teenager secretly lived in AOL's headquarters for 2 full months in Palo Alto, California. He ate free food, used the gyms and showers, and even slept in the conference room, all while working on his own startup. Everyone just assumed that he worked there. During his presidency between 1961 and 1963, John F. Kennedy never once collected his salary of $150,000. Instead, every year he donated the full amount to charity. A hacker group named UG Nazi took down the Papa John's website because the company was 2 hours later than expected in delivering their food. This is what shooting a Glock 22 gun underwater looks like. The Ark 2 shelter is the world's largest privately constructed nuclear fallout shelter that was being built since the 1980s by a man named Bruce Beach just north of Toronto. It's a 10,000 square foot shelter composed of 42 school buses mixed with concrete, runs on internal generators, and has its own chapel, decontamination room, and radio station. In Dubai, Lamborghinis, Aston Martins, Bentleys, and Ferraris are all used as police cars. This is known as the lilac chaser or the Pac-Man illusion. If you follow the movement of the rotating pink dot with your eyes, the dots will remain pink, but if you stare at the black cross in the center, the moving dot will turn green. This is a Mercedes-Benz made entirely of 18-karat white gold. Owned by an unnamed oil billionaire in Abu Dhabi, it has a V10 engine with 1,600 horsepower, goes 0 to 100 in less than 2 seconds, runs on biofuel, and cost a reported $2.5 million US. Instead of using spray cans, some artists create semi-permanent images on walls or other surfaces by removing dirt from a surface, known as reverse graffiti or clean tagging. In 2009, a man named Dalton Chisholm sued the Bank of America for $1,784 trillion because he was unhappy with their service. There is a Turkish artist named Esref Armagan who is blind, yet he taught himself to write and paint and has been doing so on his own for 35 years. It is illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a murder in New Jersey. This beautiful scenery is located at the Koshi Hill at the Hitachi Seaside Park in Japan. An Akelteki is a famous breed of riding horse known for its beauty and shining metallic coat. This incredible architecture is the Piano House in Huainan City, China. The building is in the shape of a grand piano and is accessible through a set of stairs in the giant glass violin and acts as a showroom for city planners to show off their plans. This picture, taken in 2011, is of a 2-year-old chimpanzee named Dudu feeding milk to a 2-month-old tiger cub named Aorn. Earlier this year in China, a golden-haired Tibetan Mastiff puppy was sold for 12 million yuan or 2 million American dollars, making it the most expensive dog in the world. Unlike most members of the cat family, tigers actually seem to enjoy water. They swim well and often soak in streams or pools of water to cool off. Oreo O's are a type of cereal that's exclusively available in South Korea. Deliciously disappointing. In 2008, it was discovered that a 56-year-old crime reporter named Vlado Teneski, who was reporting on gruesome murders, was the serial killer himself. This is the original Ronald McDonald from 1963. That's worth a nightmare. When a person lies, they experience an increase in temperature around the nose. This is known as the Pinocchio effect. There is a micronation located in the state of Nevada called Molossia that was founded by a man named Kevin Bow that consists entirely of his house, his front, and his backyard. In the 1980s, a man known only as George, who had severe OCD, shot himself in the head in an attempt to commit suicide. But instead of killing him, the bullet destroyed the part of his brain responsible for the OCD, and he went on to be a straight A college student 5 years later. Henry Ford was the first industrial giant to give his workers both Saturday and Sunday off in hopes that it would encourage more leisure use of vehicles, hence popularizing the concept of the weekend. Candles will last almost twice as long if placed in a freezer a day before using them. May the 4th is annual Star Wars Day, an unofficial holiday celebrated by Star Wars fans. I also think that we should make the next day Revenge of the 5th, but hey, that's just me. The Zombie Research Society, or ZRS, has declared the month of May Zombie Awareness Month in the United States with the goal of bringing awareness about zombies and the possibility of a future zombie apocalypse. In 1961, Mel Blanc, the voice of Bugs Bunny, was in a serious car accident that put him in a coma that he could not wake up from. Doctors began speaking directly to the characters that he voiced, from which he would actually respond in their voices, and 3 weeks later, he actually woke up. In the earliest versions of The Little Red Riding Hood, the girl cannibalizes her own grandmother and then gets eaten by the wolf after getting into bed with him. In Egypt, actors were once not allowed to testify in court because they were seen as professional liars. In 2010, Johnny Depp responded to a letter from a 9-year-old girl named Beatrice DeLapp by actually showing up at her school in costume as Captain Jack Sparrow after she wrote asking that pirates help her stage a mutiny against her teachers. Bob Marley was buried with his red Gibson guitar, a Bible open to Psalm 23, and a butt of marijuana. In the original version of The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, Ariel does not marry the prince. In fact, he marries someone else and she dies. Cheetahs, tigers, jaguars, and other wild cats are attracted to Obsession by Calvin Klein, so don't ever wear it if you're ever going on safari. In 2012, a 63-year-old man named Wallace Weatherholt from Florida had his hand bitten off by an alligator, and he was charged with illegally feeding an animal. Jackie Chan's son will receive none of his $130 million fortune, as he was quoted as saying, "If he is capable, he can make his own money. If he is not, then he will just be wasting my money." Bruce Lee could perform one-handed push-ups using only his index finger and thumb. He was also known for his famous 1-inch punch, where he was capable of knocking back an opponent from a distance of just 1 inch. In 2013, Vietnam unveiled a new steel bridge that's shaped like a dragon that literally shoots fire out of its mouth that's called the Dragon Bridge. Spanish fashion designer Manel Torres has invented the world's first spray-on clothing, which can be worn, washed, and worn again. In 1983, Marvel published a comic called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Ham. He was a spider pig named, wait for it, Peter Porker. Bedbugs survive longer in beds that are made, so scientists actually suggest that you leave your bed unmade once in a while, as it ends up being healthier for you. Tell your mama that one. And that's all for this time, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter, and give that like button a click, and I will see you all back here next Saturday with a brand new video. Peace. I said a whoop coming up. Coming up. Thanks for watching my new video. If you'd like to see future videos from me, remember to click the big red subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel. I release a new video every Saturday. And if you'd like to add me to Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Vine or Snapchat or even Google+, the links to those will be in the description, along with a link to check out my second channel, and I will see you all back here next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.